So, thanks, John. So, yeah, Shield IoT, we're OEM SaaS platform. We try to provide our partners, the MNOs and MVNOs, with new business opportunities. Basically, we partner with connectivity providers such as MNOs and MVNOs, and enabling them to very easily add security on top of cellular connectivity. I'm talking about visibility, security, compliance, in order to create differentiation, win new business, and ultimately drive new revenue streams. But before we dive into that and talking about the value for our partners, let's try to understand the value for the businesses, for the end customers, because you need to solve a real problem and provide value. And so for them, as it's written here, this service provided by MNOs and MVNOs enable businesses really to seamlessly, overnight, implement what you see here, the cybersecurity best practices on 5G and cellular IoT networks. All the business needs to do is tap a box, and the next day it's up and running. It's an agentless solution. They don't need to deploy anything on the device. They don't need to make any network changes. There's no integration. It doesn't touch any sensitive data. It's no access to applicative data or any type of sensitive data, and it has no negative impact on their network. So as a business, I'm just tapping it, and the next day it's up and running. And when I say up and running, they get visibility. What are their device doing? Who they communicate to? What's the risk? We'll show a short demo shortly, and so you can see how it looks like. We're also running multiple threat detection engines, over 140 rules, threat intelligence, and also unique AI anomaly detection framework based on our patented technology, basically enabling us to automatically learn the device behavior when it communicates, from where, to whom, how much, etc., and basically alert on the first signs of changes. This is based both on patented Shield IoT technology as well as our partnership with NVIDIA that provides the solutions for telcos. And of course, it's also about prevention. We use the actionable alerts to being sent to the connectivity management platform of the telco. And so if I'm a user, it's not just about seeing problems, but I actually can automatically or manually prevent them. And of course, compliance. We haven't spoken enough about compliance. If we have some time, we'll talk about it. But that's the biggest driver we see today. The introduction of new regulation has led customers, and we saw that also in the survey, and the solution generates automatic compliance reports. So if something happens, such as a data breach, they have their insurance policy and they're protected. And if you can move to the next one, for the CSPs, for the MNOs, MVNOs, it's very, very simple. It's a service they can offer to any SIM-connected device or application at any scale. It can reach 1.5 billion devices, and really start monetizing their network, easily adding the security on top of connectivity to drive revenues. But at the same time, I would say that from our experience, once these CSPs solve this problem for these customers, that's also create better, stronger bond and a competitive advantage, and enables MNOs and MVNOs that offers this service to basically grow their customer base also.
But okay, I think there's the final part of this agenda that we wanted to go through as well, which is enabling yourself to share that bit more from the Shield IoT perspective. You know, and the slides that you shared and that background is fantastic, but you mentioned the demo there, and I think that's helpful because it's really important to see a bit more actually, okay, what practically speaking, you know, what does that look like? And on top of that, seeing more about how that's directly helping, you know, the constant queries and challenges that your customers are receiving. So this is where I hand you the reins, and we'll let you share from your side and take that through. It'd be much more effective than these slides. So I shall hand over to yourself whenever you're ready to take control.
Let me just share my screen, and thank you, John. Second. Let me know that you're able to see the screen.
We can see it.
Okay, great. So this is Shield IoT AI Asset Intelligence and Threat Management SaaS platform. Okay. In the next few minutes, we'll see a glimpse of how it looks like. But before we dive into it, just a short explanation what we see and what it's made of. So this is the UI, the user interface, what the user sees. It's divided into 3 sections. The console, basically what the business see, what the security team, and sometimes the operational user in the enterprise or SMB is able to see, the different devices at risk in their network, the different security events as well as operational anomalies that have been discovered. This is the first part. The second part is admin. Admin, you can see it here, it's a super user. Okay, it's basically an advanced user. This is used by an advanced user of the business, of the customer, where they can, for example, add users to the system, add new rules such as security or operational rules. For example, alert me if the device became inactive after 2 hours, etc. The last part, which we'll just see a glimpse of it, is the sysadmin. What you see here on the left, the sysadmin is this part is allocated for the connectivity service provider that offers this service. It's an OEM service, that offers this service to its business customers, and only they have access to it and only they see it. And there they can easily, basically onboard customers in a few minutes, are able to onboard new customers, and not just onboard them, but manage the entire customer journey, managing them, doing monetization and more. For example, I'm going to accounts, and I can add the new account, and I can select it to be a customer, and I can define the description. I can define which feature groups I'm assigning. Maybe it's freemium, just to understand what are features. Different service providers, different CSPs may choose to offer different functionality to different customers. Maybe this customer, maybe they're offering everything. Maybe it's a paid feature, and so they're waiting for the customer to buy it, etc. So you can manage everything here. And just another glimpse, it's not just about features and adding accounts. It's also about messaging the customer and doing monetization. For example, here, they can, our partner can easily add their logo, their description. For example, they can have different pop-ups, monetization pop-ups. For example, if a customer tries to download the compliance report, they can say this is a paid feature, and your account manager will contact you, just as an example. And really enables them to, there's a lot of automation in place. Why? We've tried to add as much automation as possible because many of our partners, MNOs and especially MVNOs, don't necessarily have huge cyber sales teams or expertise. This platform enables really a single person with no previous cyber expertise to onboard hundreds of different customers and hundreds of thousands of devices. Okay, so we really emphasize on doing that. And let me just now go back to what the customer sees, the business. And so this is the main dashboard. You can see the health status on the top left corner. This is basically the health or the network resilience or the network resilience score. Basically 54, it's in the middle. Red is bad, green is good, but you can immediately see what's going on with your network. We also provide the security user is able to easily see how many devices are being monitored, how many are active, how many are at risk, etc. Let's see an example. I'll dive in. It's already. I can go here, and for example, I'm went into events, and the solution is built to detect quite a few known and unknown threats, whether these are different types of cyber attacks, DDoS, device takeover, unknown malware, communication hijacking, etc., as well as operational events such as unsuccessful connection attempts, abnormal activity that might be indicative of a misconfiguration or other problems, etc. So let me just now filter it, and I'm looking at basically, let's see how a typical alert looks like. So in this case, you can see on the left side, the device, it's a point of sale. The user automatically sees what's the identifier of the device. it can see what's the risk score. This is critical because we are sometimes businesses might have 50 devices, but they might also have 5,000 or 5 million. So they really need to focus on the high risk devices where there is a risk score, a high risk score, to take care of that. And the alert doesn't tell them just, listen, we have a problem, but it tells them a lot about the information. For example, it communicated with this malicious IP. It's a critical severity event because data was sent out from this device, you see, out to this malicious destination. It's a remote code execution attack. And this was not just detected, identified by Shield IoT internal tools and internal research, but also by 10 different external intelligence feeds, as you can see here. And it means that we're aggregating over 100 different external feeds for that matter. And it means that the chances of this being false alarm, not a real problem, are very low. Last but not least, it's not just about detection, but also taking action, as I mentioned in the panel. And so the user can choose, we also provide a recommended action. For example, in this case, block the communication of this device to this malicious IP, so the device can continue to operate but won't communicate. You can do it manually, just pressing a button like here. Or, and of course, there are different actions that can take, maybe suspend the device itself, maybe redirect traffic. And this can be done manually by the user or automatically based on a policy. Now I'm diving inside, let's take a look. I'm diving inside the device, and you can see this is the device. It's here somewhere next to LA. And you can see the different behavior of the device, the data consumption, and you can also see the different events that took place. Let me dive into here for a second. And what we found to be very effective with customers, we talk about visibility, they can instantly see what's going on, this point of sale, this is the regular address that it communicates, but in this case, it talks to 2 malicious addresses in addition. Where the user is able to see not just that specific device, but the network or part of it. And for example, in this case, it's important because we might have a lot of devices, yeah? And the advantage here is that you immediately see, for example, red, the high-risk devices, and you can drill down inside. For example, now I'm going inside the EV charging stations, one of the most attacked sectors we see related to payments, and I can also take a look and see what's going on there. Yeah. You can see that in this case it talks to these are the standard destinations and a malicious destination it talks to. Just to show something else, we can also see the different devices that are being monitored in the network. And if I'm going to one such device, you see this industrial controller. So apart from having visibility, how it communicates, its risk level, where it is, etc. In this case, you can also see the attack map. You can see that there were multiple port scanning attempts. Somebody is looking for an open door or open window to come in. Then an abnormal download, always suspicious, and then the device changes behavior and it was essentially taken over. Yeah? The solution provides visibility not just per specific device, but across the network using rules and neural networks. For example, providing network-wide insights such as this. You can see 133 suspicious different attackers try to attack at least one device in the last day. So the network is being targeted, and or data consumption has spiked 37% in the last day. There's also a lot of other stuff, operation, etc. I just want to show one last thing, which is the compliance report, really the insurance policy of the enterprise, and that's in this case it can be manually or automatically generated, and you can see, hopefully you can see if it moves, yeah. Here it is. You can see the resilience or the health score going on time. You can see the different devices being monitored. You can see the different events and drill down. And so this is really your insurance policy. If something happens, a data breach or service disruption, they put it, and basically the CISO is protected, the C-level is protected, and they can avoid significant fines. Okay, so a bit quick, but just a glimpse on what users are getting. And the nice thing about it is that the business doesn't need to be an IoT security expert, and really they're fed by Spoon, both visibility, threat management, and compliance. And for the connectivity provider, even with very, very small teams and basic expertise, they're able to provide this service across their install base.